Hi guys, how are you? Hi everybody, how are you this morning? We're going to talk Jen Shah. The whole video, we're going to talk Jen Shah. I think I got a phone call. It was really early this morning. I can't even remember what time it was. And then from someone that's close to the situation telling me that Jen Shah is about to plead guilty. Hold on, let me put up my banner. And there we go. That Jen Shah was going to plead guilty. And then all of you guys start sending me stuff in. And just, I mean, I was inundated with information. So let me go through what I saw, what I heard. So Jen Shah came to town, and there was can I say, this was expected. So it wasn't out the blue. Let me put it that way. Everyone that is working behind the scenes knew that it was coming. I'm being told that Jen Shah's attorney and husband, oh my gosh, Sharif, had to sit down and tell her, this is not looking good. This is not going to be in your favor. If you don't try to settle or do a plea, you could be facing a lot of years. And I think it was up to 30 years at that time. So when she came to New York, she already knew what was going to go down. I heard it was painful. Sharif kind of had a feeling the whole time. He knew that something wasn't right. I really like him. I like Jen Shah too. Let me preface it by saying this. I like Jen Shah. I think she's a nice person, easy to get along, fun time. But if you commit a crime, you have to pay the price. I'm sorry. I don't care how likable you are. Sharif is very likable. They're just nice people. I really like them. But it is what it is. But I'm being told that he knew this whole time that his wife was guilty. Okay, so they set her down to do the plea, and this was the plea. She got one count of, let me read the stuff. Hold on. So I'm getting information from everywhere, people. So let me put that to the side. I wonder if I could. No, I'll just read it. Okay, so she got convicted of one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, 168 months in jail, which is 14 years, 1 million in restitution, and 6 million in forfeiture. Let me play this video before I give you more details. It's just from someone that was outside the courtroom. Hold on. Let me put that up.
Of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has just pled guilty to one count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with telemarketing. Plea deal, 168 months. Woo! Those are her lawyers behind her. We're waiting outside for her to make her dash to this black car right behind here. But in the interim, I can say that's a pretty steep thing to plead to. The trial was to begin in a week, but it was called off by this guilty plea. 9 million of restitution, 6 million of forfeiture. It's hard to know. I guess she could have faced more. There was a money laundering count. Now there's Priya Chowdhury, her lawyer. She's taking off. The sentencing was pushed back because Shia Chowdhury has another trial at 111 Center Street on October 11th.
Now, those of you that don't know, you might all know, I didn't know what forfeiture meant. Forfeiture meant penalties. So 6 million in penalties for what she did. That's $6 million on top of 9 million. And she's not done. She's facing more charges on October 11th. Also, people aren't reporting this. And I got this directly for someone involved. They're saying all the money and stuff that she got, but she also got, where did it say that at? Hold on. Sorry, guys. So much. Okay, so also she got the money laundering charges dropped. So that became a part of the plea. And they're saying that she could have faced up to 30 years, but most likely she was going to get 21 years. I'm being told that the judge is very stern. He's just a stern judge, period. Not just with Jen Shaw. You know how you sometimes get those judges that don't play? Like they don't care about your family. They don't want to hear any excuse. That's the kind of judge she went in front of. Woo, like he was not playing with her anyway. Let me see here. If you went to trial, she got convicted of money laundering without excessive responsibility. Oh, this is important. So part of the plea deal is she had to admit to guilt in court. She had to go in front of the judge and admit that you were guilty. This has to be really hard to do because she's been going around pretending like she's innocent, starting the free Jen Shaw movement. Remember that? This judge was not playing with her. Let me read what some of the things that he said. Okay, that's not it. Hold on. He actually said to her in court, oh my God, this judge was not playing with her. He said, Ms. Shaw, what did you do? This is from her mouth. She said, wire fraud, offering service with little to no, can't see. Hold on, guys. Offering services with little to no value. We used interstate telephones and emails. I knew many of the purchasers were over the age of 55. I am sorry. This is what she said to the judge. I love this judge. I like Judge Shaw, but this judge is not playing around with her. He says, Judge Stein is his name, Stein. What was the reason they bought? Ms. Shaw says, misrepresentation regarding the value of the product or service, of which it had little to none. The judge said, did you know it was wrong and illegal? Oh my God. The judge asked her this. Did you know it was wrong and illegal? And her answer was, yes, Your Honor. Woo! He is not playing. He is not playing with her. He says, I have before me a document sent to me and your lawyers. Did you read it before you signed it? She said, yes. The judge says, are there any side deals I should know about? She says, no, Your Honor. He says, in this agreement, you've agreed not to appeal. Oh my gosh. You've agreed not to appeal if I sentence you to 168 months in prison or fewer. She says, yes, Your Honor. And you've agreed to forfeit 6 million and restitution of 9 million. She said, yes, Your Honor. This judge made her admit to her crimes, and he did not want her to come back at any point and say, I didn't know what I was doing. My lawyers made me do this. Like, he's really boxing it in. Like, you know exactly what you're doing by taking this plea deal. He says to get guilty plea on count 1, U.S. dropping count 2. That's the money laundering. Conspiracy to commit money laundering from 2012 to November 2019. You understand you will lose valuable civil rights, including the right to vote. She can't vote anymore. And bear arms. She can't own a fire weapon anymore. Oh my God. She says, I do. I didn't know it came with other stipulations. By the way, I wanted to thank the Amber Channel for all the research you did and giving me this information. I truly, truly appreciate it. Along to the other people that are close to the scene, you guys really gave me inside details. Thank you for your hard work and keeping us informed. Love you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It really wasn't me. I'm telling you, my phone rang all morning. People just sending me in things. I'm talking a lot of people close to the situation. It was really, I appreciate it. The judge goes on. So she can't vote and she can't bear arms anymore. The judge says, after I receive your pre-sentencing report, I will determine guidelines in which any event do not bind me. Do you understand that the system of parole has been abolished? She can't even go on parole except for good time credit. So 168 months means 168 months. There's no releasing you for early parole. Okay. Um, and she says yes. Okay, so let me go on. God, Amber, good details. Uh, what else did she say? If there's any child, you would see. And she's still going to court on October 11th to face more charges. Hold on, I got a super chat here. Should you replace Wendy? No, I should not replace Wendy. We love Wendy Williams. He says you will be giving up all these rights and there will be no trial. Do you understand? She says, yes, Your Honor. Did you read the indictment? Yes, I did. This judge, listen, I love really strict, stern judges because I feel like they make people accountable. I only hate them when I'm going in front of them. I wouldn't want to go in front of them. I have never been sued. I mean, in a trial where I had that stupid defamation case, but I have never like committed a crime. That's what I mean to say. I've never been to jail for committing a crime. And so I don't think I would. Okay. Don't forget to read. Okay. Okay, I'm getting there, guys. I'm reading as fast as I can. Um, do you understand the maximum penalty is 30 years in prison? She says, yes, Your Honor. Presumably, there is a plea agreement that will be made to the public in this proceeding, and that's why we could read this. They sent out the transcripts right away. I think that's it. And then the judge tells her to come back for the for another case, which is on October 11th. This judge wasn't playing with her, and maybe that's what her lawyers and Sharif sat her down and said, "You are not getting out of this. You've got to take the plea." Oh, and I forgot to read you this. Hold on. Speaking of the plea deal, what did I do with that? Hold on, guys. Got to go to Twitter. People were tweeting me, giving me information. So I asked someone close to the situation. This is what I said. Hold on, let me read this. I said, since Jen is going to plead guilty, will this lessen her jail time? And this is somebody that is close to the industry. I would tell you their name, but I'm not sure if they want me to expose that they give me this information. So they're saying, not by very much. She only got the sentence less than 6 months. So he was going to really be stern with her anyway. He took away 6 months, but the best thing is that she's not facing money laundering anymore. So if she was facing the money laundering, that would have ran up her time in prison. But just on this alone, she was going to get 14 years and 6 months no matter what. So it was lessened by 6 months. She really was, there's no way out at this point. Someone said to me, if she had went to trial, she would have got convicted of the money laundering without acceptance of responsibility or agreed upon guidelines. She could have faced up to 20 years on top of the 14. So there was no way out. She had to tell the truth. She had to tell the truth. Jen Shah was in big trouble, and everyone around her seen it, knew it, including her husband. She knew she was in big trouble too. So I don't understand. I think she really believed that they could, if she acted as if she was innocent, that she wouldn't be looking at such a big amount of jail time. But or maybe she was acting innocent for television, but no matter what she was going to do, she was going to be facing a lot of time. And she's still going back to court for other charges. So she could be facing more time. Jen Shah, this is my message from me to you. I really like you. You have a great personality. Why? I know you say that you were looking out for your family, and she did take care of her whole family. But you can't break the law in the process of doing it. So, and I'm sure a part of you were wanted to keep up with the Joneses. It's just so sad to see someone throw their life away I say for no reason. She claims she has a reason. She said she needed to take care of her family, but Sharif was making good money. Yeah, you might not have got everything you wanted, but you would have got most things that you wanted. I'm thinking this is just pure greed. Even though I like you, some greedy people have good personalities. It's no other excuse for what you've done. And at the end of the day, who pays the price? You, your children, and Sharif. It's just so sad. He's a great guy. You know, there's rumors out about him anyway. I don't see him. I'm not going to stick around 30, 20 something years for somebody in prison. You're asking him to throw his life away. What you need to do, if you ask me, is respectfully let him go. Let him live his life. Don't make him feel guilty about this. He knew the whole time he was there for you as a husband. He supported you. He let you tell your cockamamie stories. He stood by your side. But once those bars close, do you really expect him to wait for you decades? It's sad. It's really, really sad. Um, I feel sad for her. Now, a lot of you are going in on me, calling me a dumbass, saying that Sherelle, she committed a crime and she knew when she committed that crime what the consequences could be. And how dare you feel sorry for her? Well, I understand where you're coming from too. I really do. But you guys know how I am. Uh, I do feel sorry for the victims. Let me say that. I don't want to Erica Girardi you. What you did to the senior citizens is a damn shame. I just feel so bad for the point that you had other options in life. You could have made different decisions. And I'm sure you're kicking yourself in the butt about it right about now. I get it. But I'm running a show and I have to tell people how I feel. And you blew it. Let me take a call from Sebastian and then I'll head into the chat. Oh, hold on. I got a long one here. Hold on. Let me bring up. Hey, Sebastian.
Hey, Sherelle. I want to sound off on Jen Shaw. Okay,
Uh-oh.
Jen, you had a whole degree in marketing. You could have done any other thing that you wanted to do, but you chose to, do fraud with elderly victims.
Yeah.
And these victims are already living on fixed income, such as Social Security and
Yeah.
their retirement
Yeah.
payments, which it
Mhm.
hurts them even more.
Mhm.
So I, I really do feel bad for you because you and Mary were the only ones that really brought something to the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that show's gonna be on Peacock come soon.
Oh my God, Sebastian. But what about this judge? Were you in the chat when I was reading what the judge was saying to her? He's not playing with her. He's a strict judge anyway.
This
What
is
do
the
you think?
Southern District. This is the Southern District, and it's ironic how Jen Shaw last reunion she said, "Oh, when Andy said the Southern District has a 98% conviction rate," and she was like, "Well, that's because a lot of people take pleas, and I'm not doing that. I'm fighting this with my heart and soul." Well, look at you now. You took a plea.
She had to be forced to take a plea,
She had
according.
to. She had to because if she didn't take a plea, she would have served way more time than if she went to trial.
What I'm being told is her family sat her down, Sharif, her attorney sat her down, and she had kept thinking all this time that she could fight it. She had to know. She had to know. Maybe she was just putting pressure. Why was she going around acting like this was no big deal,
I feel
Sebastian?
like she was doing this because of clout and TV. That's why she was doing this. She really wanted it to be like, oh my God, I'm trying to save myself on reality TV and everything. She wanted to try to be a Teresa Judice.
Mm. Hold on. David says, I sleep good knowing I'm not a criminal. Yeah,
Exactly.
you did it to yourself. It's so bad. Let me
And
bring up some more.
also, people are comparing it to Erica. It can't be compared. Erica's situation is civil, so it has to do with money and things. Jen Shaw's situation is federally criminal. So
Yeah.
it's
Toria,
worse.
hey girl, thank you so much. You sent me a DM wishing me good holidays, and I forgot to get back to you. Thank you so much. Toria, what's your
You're
opinion on all
welcome.
this?
Well, I knew she was guilty. I knew she was lying.
Yeah.
She's a
Everybody.
disgrace for a mother
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
because when she was making all them millions, did she set up a college fund? Did she set up buy them a house? No, they kept renting. She kept buying pocketbooks and shoes and having lavish parties. And I'm not buying for 1 second. Look, I've been with my husband 37 years.
Mm.
And whenever any dollar was in the household from him or me, we knew where them dollars was coming from. You can't
Ah.
tell me that he
Ugh.
didn't know how could she afford all these purses and shoes and spend $300,000 for a birthday party and stuff like that for somebody else. Um,
Okay, this is what I'm being told, that Sharif knew from the arrest that she was guilty. I don't know if he knew before. He's such a good guy. I like him so much. I'm going to say,
mm-mm.
oh, yeah, I can't.
Jarrell, I love you. I love you to pieces with all my heart and soul. No, Sherelle.
I
Just like
know. I know.
Erica is guilty. Erica and Tom, have you heard the latest tape?
Yep. They
Yeah.
are guilty, but
Okay.
they're not going to get
Then,
time.
yes. Hi, Sebastian. Love you, Sebastian. But now the only thing her husband can do is move them children out of that racist state because there's two young black men that's going to be catching it for what she did. And
She needs to let him go. She needs
let
to give him
let
that permission. And I
let
beg
him
you, Jen,
take them
he's a
boys and go to Hawaii and live a quiet life over there. You ain't got paparazzi all in your face like you do um everywhere else. So take
and I
them
hate to
boys.
say this, Jen, I know you might be watching. You have to let him go. Don't do that to
Yes.
him. Let him
No,
go.
don't let him go and let him raise her boys quietly, get them some counseling, and he needs to look at what he did. Come on, he went on Up and Adam, and look, it was pitiful. That interview was so pitiful. I felt so
It
sorry
really
for Adam
was. It
that
really
he was
Let's not talk.
sucked
Yeah, let's not
in.
talk about Adam. He's doing a good job over there.
Yeah, but I felt
Um,
so sorry for him. For she
let's
suckered him
just not.
in when she was guilty. I
Let's
love Adam, and I was over there today when he did his live. I love him, but I feel
okay.
bad for him that he believed her.
I don't even want to comment on another content creator. I don't have a bad word to say about Adam. We're on good
Me
terms,
neither. No,
and
I love
so
him. He's a good guy.
like, yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
feel sorry for him because so many people believe this woman. Look at all these fans that
who
bought
believed
them
her? Did you
t-shirts.
believe her?
No.
Then who believed her?
a
Look
lot
at
of
all
people
the people
did.
that a lot of people believed her. If you looked
Really?
on her Twitter and IG, they was free
Oh, they
Shaw. They
sure
were calling
did. I see
herself
what you mean. Yeah,
Shaw
Exactly.
Manzies or something.
yeah,
Yes.
What was
Shaw
that word,
Squad.
Sebastian? They were calling her fans. She was calling her fans.
yeah, yeah.
The
You're
Shaw
right.
Squad.
You're right.
Yeah, the Shaw
Belle,
Squad.
What do you have to add to the conversation? 'Cause this is
Um,
crazy.
well, my level of tolerance for Coach Shah is an attorney. Now, whether or not he passed the bar, I don't know.
That's
However,
right. He
he could be an
is.
officer of the court, and I'm afraid like he must have been living in another rental house if he didn't know what was going on with her. Because first of all, I think Andy should just cut the middleman out and just go to the federal penitentiary to recruit the next few housewives because this is that's just, I mean, I'm sorry if you
Yeah.
look statistically at women who get arrested, it's statistically it's a very high group of people,
Yeah.
but yeah, Coach Shaw, she should let him go, let him trade up to another wife but you know what the funny ironic thing is?
Hmm.
When she gets out, she'll be the person on Social Security that's getting screwed by the next gen Shaw.
Ooh, you mean Karma? Karma's a,
Well, she's
Wait,
how old? Is she about she's got 14 years, and what is she, 50 years old?
she has 14 years, but she's also facing
48.
other charges. And I can't remember what they
How
told me it
old is
was.
she, Sebastian?
48.
So she'll be ready. She'll be 62 when she gets out.
If
If
she's
she gets
looking at
out,
more,
She's looking at more
right.
she's looking
charges.
at more charges. There could be more time added to
So her
them.
only means of income will be SSI because she'll be 62 if she paid into the system. Who knows about that?
I feel bad for her mother who gave up her retirement fund for Jen.
Me
Well,
too. Me too.
parents
Exactly.
will do anything for their children, you know, and I do feel bad
But I'm being
because
told that she took care of her whole family. I'm talking nieces and aunts and moms and like the
at the
whole
expense of
family.
somebody else's family,
Yep.
Exactly.
So
at the
she ain't
expense
do
of
I
no
someone
good.
can't
else's family.
help it. You guys tell me what's wrong with me. I like Jen. I
She
do think she needs
stole
to.
the money, Sherelle.
No,
She
listen, I
stole
do
it
think
from
she needs to be held.
old people.
Let me finish.
Old
She needs to be
people.
held accountable for what she did. But I think this is just a travesty because you brought it on yourself.
Well, I'd take 10
You
Judge
ruined your
Shahs
own
off a half of a
family.
Diana Jenkins, quite
Listen,
frankly.
she has a whole degree in marketing. There were many other ways for her to make money.
Exactly. So I don't understand why this, Jen. Why this? You ruined yourself. You ruined your family, and not just your boys and Sharif, your extended family that depended on you.
And you know
I
what?
don't get it.
How easy was making that money when she's going in to scrub the toilet at the penitentiary? That money will be, you know what? It was harder earned than she thought, and she doesn't get to. And where is it? She doesn't have anything to show for all this.
Well,
There's no
I
property.
think that some of it, this is just me, is put away. I think the same thing about Erica to help Sharif and
Yeah,
her mom.
They're
I
going
just
to
think.
send her up to that jail Martha Stewart was in, that federal penitentiary where Martha Stewart was.
well, I think the forensic accountants will probably find if there's anything
Oh,
hidden. If the money is that much, they're going to use those forensic accountants because they're going to, you
that's
know,
more trouble. It's
yeah,
just, it's more,
She's not going to see her son
Jen.
graduate medical school anymore.
Yeah.
no.
And there was something else. She can't vote. And I said something else that judge said.
Oh
Hold on.
no,
Can't
you can't
have a
vote.
weapon.
You can't
You
bear
can't,
arms.
you can't even vote anymore. Your life is, oh, I know she's probably watching, and I don't want to make it worse.
But it sounds like she showed remorse. She admitted guilt.
She had to. So that was a
She
part of
had
the
to
plea.
say
So, but
that.
maybe
That
that
was
will
a
help her on her
strategy.
journey to recover her
She
true
did
self.
not want to do that. She only
That
did
was
that to
part
lower her
of the plea
sentence.
agreement. The
Yet
judge
she
wouldn't.
did it. Yet
She
she
had
did it,
to.
and it's a matter of public record that she admitted guilt.
I think that was
Everybody knows
extremely.
she had to do that.
She
If
had to do it.
anybody knows how a federal system works, or anytime you take a plea deal, that's something you have to do is allocate to the charges that you were convicted of. And
Especially with the Southern District.
oh, Southern District rate is fantastic. They knew they investigated her, Sherelle, for 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years before she was even on the Salt Lake City Housewives. I said Shaw's a Sunset. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
that's
of them.
another federal. That'd probably be another, charges coming down for somebody there too.
Are you talking
But
about Mike?
Well, Mike, I think some of those
mhm.
businesses are a little shady. I think there's a lot of money
Oh, I
laundering
can't
that
take
goes on with
another
these
criminal
companies.
on Bravo.
Well,
I just can't.
But so
Bravo.
she pleaded out of I'm sorry. She pleaded out of the money laundering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
she got
that
some other
probably.
charges she's facing.
So
So
she pleaded out of. So why did they do away with the money laundering? Because that's where they
Because you can
probably
only
because
punish
she's
somebody only so many times.
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, then they'll find the money. If it was laundered, though, they'll still find it.
Oh,
well, look, the IRS is still looking at them now because once this plea deal has gone through, the IRS is watching and they're coming now.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a whole lot more things. This ain't over yet, believe me. And I'm gonna tell you, the next person that's going down is PK and Dorito.
And they deserve it. They have it
Watch
coming.
what I
They
tell you.
deserve it.
Mark
Now,
my words. They are the next couple to go down on the Housewives.
and
Well,
PK, you can't get mad at me. This is how real people feel. And they look
Yeah.
at you as a crook. I'm not being mean to you. I'm telling you how the public feels about you. You jackass.
Well, Sherelle, I have to go. Thank you for
Thank you,
having me
guys.
on. You have a lovely day. Everybody have a blessed day and be good to yourselves and try to help one person if you can't save the world. Have a wonderful
Oh, I
day.
do that
Thank you
every
so
day.
much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Blessings, Belle.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let me go ahead and drop you guys. Thank you so much for calling in. Sebastian, I love you.
problem.
You're going to tell me how you feel no matter what.
Exactly.
Love you,
And
Sherelle.
Gloria, you're just as sweet as you can be. I appreciate you. I'm going to
I
take a
love
couple.
you, honey.
Okay,
Take care,
bye-bye.
guys. Thank you so
Bye.
much. I wanted to answer this question. I don't understand why people like Jen. You have dumb criminals, you have smart criminals, you have likable criminals and unlikable criminals. Everybody's personality is unique. And when I tell you Jen Shah is a likable person, I'm not including that in what she did. I'm talking about her personality. As far as sitting down, talking to someone, she's a good time, she's real. As far as, surface things like, have you ever met someone that if they really don't like your dress but won't tell you? And then you have someone who will come in and say, oh, you look kind of fat in that. She's like that. She has a good personality. I'm not saying or giving permission to other criminals to do illegal acts. I'm just saying Jen Shah has a good personality. Sharif and her children do too. They just were a good family. I feel sorry for those boys. She dragged them in this mess and her husband in this mess. Did he know? I feel that he knew. And he took it and when he realized there's no way out, he sat her down and said that there's no way out. I feel by him doing that, he gave her a gift. It could have been worse. It might be worse. She still has to go on October 11th. So, Jen, I said it again. Give him the gift in return and let that man go. Let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat. It's not worth it. It was not. It was not. And I can't help it, guys. I feel bad for her family. Colby says, I like their whole family. They're likable. Doesn't mean that she's innocent. It doesn't mean she's innocent. And Jen, I tried to hold you down for a long time. And I tell everybody, you're nice. But I don't say you're not a crook. You're a nice crook. What did I forget? Okay. Sherelle, I think what Sherelle is saying is people can be both things at the same time. Yes, a fun person and a criminal. Like R. Kelly is talented and also a pervert. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say she's a criminal, but her basic personality, if you had to be in a room with her, you had to pick a cellmate, I'm going to pick Jen Shah. But what she did to the victims is a damn shame. Our senior citizens are the people that need to be protected the most in our society. They live on limited incomes. It's not like they can't go back and work again. That money is there for them. You stole that money from them. I have a mother that's a senior citizen. They automatically live on, limited incomes because you're only getting what you set up for. And to take that from them so you can go buy some Louis Vuitton shoes is a damn shame. Sorry, Jen. I like you. What you did was deplorable. Oh, Stacy, thank you so much for the super chat. That is so sweet. Most criminals are very charismatic. Yeah. That's how they lure you in. If they were mean people, if they weren't personable, if they were rude, you wouldn't give them the time of day. But they lure you in with their charm. They lure you in. It's so sad. It's so sad. I'm telling you, if it happened to your parent, you would be outraged. What you did, Jen, is unforgivable. And as a result, you lost your family. The most precious gift given to us is our family. I mean, if you have a good family, not all of us, but not all of us has a good family, but you had a good one. What? The 15 assistants, the makeup and hair people. To this day, I can't figure out why any of those people on those shows have a glam squad. For what? If Bravo doesn't provide it for you, then do what you really do. But maybe if you could afford it, but you knew you couldn't afford it. You were trying to keep up with the Joneses. Also, Sherelle, we got more information that Jen Shah was indicted by a federal government grant Judy here in Baltimore. Oh my gosh. Maryland and Washington C and Huntsville, Alabama, and Fairfax County, Virginia, as well as first reported by Court TV, Micah Ayala, and Crime and Law TV Network, Jesse Weber, and MSNBC Ari Melber. I love Ari, as well as the last few minutes ago. Let me look that up. Hold on. Thank you so much, Robert. Let me look this up. Jen Shaw, she's done. She is done. Let's see. I know there's additional charges. The people that were talking to me about this were insistent that there's more to come. I don't see it right off the bat. That doesn't mean it's not true. I will have to look into it and make some other phone calls. Let me take a couple more comments from the chat. Oops. I love Ari too. I love Ari. Ari is a mess, okay? Ari's in trouble. His ratings are dropping. Ari, what's going on over there? Oh my God. Let's see. Mary Cosby still sending Jesus after people I see. Mary Cosby, I'm not going to even. I wonder if I can say this. What do I know about Mary Cosby? I don't know if I could. Are you in the chat, Ernie? If you are, should we talk about Mary? Let me know. I'm not sure if I could tell you. Mary Cosby's not in the clear. Y'all keep messing with Mary. LOL, they do. I haven't. I stopped messing with Mary. I hope you noticed, Mary. I'm not messing with you anymore ever since what's going down is going down. Gee, please. I'm glad my mommy broke. I know. Like, I don't know. Money, fame, being materialistic, it's a drug. It's a drug, people. I like Jen too, but I knew she was guilty from the start. I think we all knew, including Sharif, what I'm being told, and always wondered how she had that money from the first episode. We all knew. We all knew. When I found out that the first house was rented, I was just like, well, then how is she making money? And then when I heard about the charges, please talk about Mary, and I still like her. I don't know if I'm legally bound by a contract to talk about Mary, but I will say Mary is not in the clear. And there are things going on behind the scenes. And that's all I can say about Mary. Mary coming on TV was the worst thing she ever did. Y'all should be through talking about Mary. There's other things about Mary I just can't talk about now. Sherelle, you said you like Jen, who committed the crime herself, but you dog Erica, whom husband committed the crimes. Jen didn't care about her victims at all. Make it make sense, Sherelle. Okay, you're exactly right. There's something about Erica personality that I loathe. I don't like her at all. I think that she's fake. I think she's a gold digger. I think she seeks out men with money. She's a liar. She's selfish. And I just don't like her. Personality plays a big part of how I feel about you. And Erica Girardi, I just don't like her. I can't help how I feel. I can't help liking Jen. You meet some people, you like them. I like Mary Cosby. As crazy it is, I love Mary Cosby's family. I love that family. Ernie, Dan, the others that I talk to. She's got a good family. I like Mary. I think Mary's funny, but Mary's a crook. Is there something about Erica Girardi I just don't like? And that's bad because if I like you, I'll, I don't know, maybe feel some kind of sympathy for you. And if I don't like you, I'm a cold hearted B word. Okay. That's just how it is. Sorry. She was loving Tom, defrauding them fraudulently. Erica is horrible. And let me tell you, if you don't think Erica is on the lookout for another rich man, you're kidding yourself. She doesn't give a damn about Tom. She really doesn't. Erica's about the money. Also, again, I see someone's telling me, I wanted to thank all of the people that reached out to help me. Amber from the Amber Channel send things in, and then the people that are close to the situation. I'm not sure if you wanted me to credit you or not, but I know if you did, I will do it tomorrow or when I hear from you. Okay, because someone says, I like Mary. She was weird, funny. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Mary Cosby's personality. I have a problem in the things that she does and the brainwashing she does in her church. Sherelle, 100% disagree with you. Maybe you should rethink your words. What part do you disagree with, Felicia? Or if you want, click the link. You could hide your face, click the link and come up. Oh, we got Pia backstage. Hold on. Okay. Pia, sound off. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I wanted to respond to the comment that the one person made about your feelings as far as Erica and Jen is concerned.
Mhm.
Erica doesn't care about the victims. That's one thing. Secondly, she literally said on national television that the victims could be lying. So that's why it's very easy to have a lot of
Well,
disdain.
but we got to be real. Jen doesn't care about the victims either, or she
Oh, of
wouldn't be
course.
doing it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know that because, to steal from senior citizens because you want a lavish lifestyle, that's awful. That is just terrible. And I mean, to me, I do find it very hard to believe that her husband didn't know. Because honestly, if it was me and if I was in that situation, I would be asking question after question after question, like, why are we renting if we have this house? What's going on? How are you getting this? How are you getting that? Like like alarm bells would be going off in my head.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to respond to that. Someone said it's called being biased. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
very biased. I'm very biased. But I'm the only I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm not ashamed of it. Fox News is biased. MSNBC is biased.
Right.
CNN is biased. You rarely come across any person reporting a story that's not biased.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, you go to the Fox channel, you look at politics one way. You go to MSNBC, it's like, are we in two different worlds here? Well,
Right.
you report it how you see it or how you think of, that's just how it is. Here
Right.
comes Freddie. Hold on one second. Got my
Okay.
guy, Freddie. Love Freddie. Freddie!
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
Freddie.
How are you
Sound
all?
off, Freddie. What are you gonna say?
I mean, with this Jen Shah thing, I'm just relieved for her victims that justice will prevail. Now, I do hope that she does. Yes, we're being told that she will be getting the 14 years. I just hope there's no additional plea deal or anything like that that will mean that she somehow gets a shorter sentence. I hope that isn't a possibility. But I mean, how stupid was Jen Shah going on Up and Adam, going, oh, yeah, I'm black because I married a black person, and, I'm not innocent, and free Jen Shah, and things like that. And she was just in absolute denial. And how stupid was Sheriff Sharif as well? What's worse with him is that he was actually an attorney. He was a practicing attorney before he became a coach. And yet he clearly felt, oh, it's going to be a good idea to do interviews and all this stuff, when he actually probably couldn't have even answered where they got most of their income from.
I don't know, Freddie. She wasn't thinking. She was trying to convince us, and it just wasn't working.
No.
Let me bring up this other caller. This is a new caller. Let me see. Hi, Reggie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Cheryl? Hi, guys. You know what? If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2, where she was feeding, I think his name is Stuart Stanley, a banana, and said, "Is it hard for me to feed my employees?" And he goes, "No." Then she goes and tell him, "Go find me some more money." I'm thinking that sounds weird. Because when she got busted, I'm thinking, oh, she has a chateau, a chalet in season 1, but when in season 2, when they came back, she goes, "Oh, we have to get rid of the first chalet because it was a rental." And I'm thinking that doesn't sound right. But when she go, "We have a chalet 2.0," I'm thinking, but who paid for it? And
They
that's
were
kind of
both
like,
rentals.
That kind of
And
looked at me like something was wrong with that picture.
everybody knew, including Sharif. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that he was being a good, I don't know. Don't get me, never mind. I mean, he's a nice, I'm going to stop saying it.
Well, no, Sharif. I feel like this. If Sharif knew,
He
he
knew.
would have told her, "Stop doing what you're doing before you end up getting in trouble."
Oh,
That's
you
how I'm
mean
looking at it.
before? Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Because
But
as a both season
listen,
1 and 2,
I don't know if you're married or not, but if you have someone you're in a relationship with and they're bringing home Bentleys, you don't say, "Where's this money coming from?"
That's what I
true,
would have done.
exactly. And I thought she had a job. I thought she was working.
Me
Yeah.
I
too.
swear, I'm like, what kind of job does she have? She never mentioned what kind of job she had, but
Yeah.
she was spending money like it was free, like it was free.
Free. And I know this for a fact. Perry flips houses on the side. He did it for a long time. I would go to his office. I would ask questions. Just not that I thought he was doing anything wrong, just because you're my husband. How much you think you're going to make on this house? What banking did you use to fund the loan? Just
Yeah.
basic questions. You mean to
Right.
tell me Sharif didn't ask that? Sharif, come on now.
And that's what I'm finding very hard to believe, as when you're married, everything is split down the middle, supposedly. You mean to tell me not at one point you did not sit your wife down and say, "Look, something isn't right. Are you doing something illegal? And if you are, I don't want to be a part of it."
Let me bring up more callers. Thank you, Pia, and thank you, Reggie. You first time caller?
Yes,
Thank
first
you so much
time.
for calling in. Don't be shy. Come back, okay?
I sure will. Thank you,
Thank
Cheryl.
you. Take care. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Pia. I appreciate your opinion. I want to say this really quickly before I bring up other callers, Erica and Ebony. I want to thank you, Freddie. Me and you have been covering Jen Shaw from day one, and Erica from day one. And hopefully, I mean, you got in touch with V. We will be bringing explosive news tomorrow. Hopefully, let's
Yes.
keep our fingers crossed. I mean,
Fingers crossed it can work with our time zones and work
yeah.
tomorrow. And
Oh, yeah.
fingers crossed.
That's why I bring you on every time we talk about the law and stuff like that, because you were with me every step of the way since day one. So I appreciate all of your help.
You're very welcome.
Hi, Erica. How are you? Can you hear us, Erica? Okay. So anything else you want to say, Freddie? Freddie
I
the
just am
detective.
going to be.
Perry's calling you a detective in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Perry. Well, I am. I've got to expose Jen Shah's
Yeah.
fraud, Diana Jenkins's
You
dodgy
did.
behavior,
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. You did.
PK's crook ways as well.
That's right. You're our detective. When we need a detective on the job, call Freddie. Okay. Did
But
you
I
have
think I'll tell you who's going to be looking stupid this season is Meredith and Heather Gay. They're going to be looking so stupid because they're in their little squad. Obviously, Meredith didn't have the church alleged cult woman, Mary Cosby, to have her back. So she got weak Heather and Jen, who we all knew was desperate to be Meredith's friend. And they're just going to look bad. They're going to thinking, oh, do they know now? Or why would Meredith go, oh, I suddenly want to be friends with Jen Shah, even though I really don't believe her at all. And of course, they've had this season of them being friends. So in every interview they do, every article about them, everyone's going to be commenting like, why were you friends with her? Oh, you're like stupid, etc. like that. It's going to be quite funny
It's going to
seeing
be
their
crazy.
comments on
But I don't know
Instagram.
if I told you this because I'm not allowed to talk about it, but Mary Cosby is in trouble. There's a lot going on there. I'll have to catch you up on it and then let you stay on top of it. I mean, she's in big trouble. And so that's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah,
And
that doesn't surprise me, but I think it's going to be, and I think with Meredith, she was the only reason that she became friends with Jen Shah was to try and annoy Lisa Barlow. So what she's backfired herself. She's basically, if she wanted a revenge on Lisa Barlow, she's made Lisa Barlow look really good. Of course, Whitney Rose has even now allegedly been saying this season that she doesn't like this friendship between Jen and Meredith and Heather's fake. So they're basically going to make Lisa and Whitney more or less the favorites, I think.
The Salt Lake City's done. It's just done. It's done. But there's going to be more stuff coming out about Mary and Jen Shaw on October 11th. So I'm not going to start following the drama. I just stopped watching the show because it's boring.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
thank you, Freddie. I hope that everything works out tomorrow. We will be
Yes,
bringing
fingers crossed.
explosive news. You heard it
Yes,
here
I
first.
can't wait to share.
That's going to be good, isn't it? I hope the time zones work out. Just pray for everything. Anyway, thank you so much, Freddie, for everything that you do.
You're very welcome, and thank you for having me on to share this information with your channel and
can't
work with
wait
you
till
to
tomorrow.
deliver what's happening.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy. All right. Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you coming up.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. I've got to go ahead and end this. This is very bad news for Jen Shaw, and it's not over. She still stands. She's still looking at more time. So poor Jen Shaw, Sharif. It is what it is. That family's over. That relationship is over. Don't hang on to him, Jen. Let him go. You're looking at a decade, most likely more. Your life is over. So it is what it is. If Sharisa didn't know, does that mean everything was in Jen's name? That's the only way I would believe he didn't know. But I'm still a Jen Shaw fan. I'm a Jen Shaw fan too. Sad that she threw her life away. All right, guys, I got to cut it here. If I didn't get to your call backstage, I do apologize. Please click that like button if you like this video. It really helps with the algorithm. I want to thank everyone for your super chat. You really don't have to support the channel, but you do. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And like I said, if all works out, me and Freddie has some explosive news tomorrow on another court case. It's so explosive, I don't even want to say it because I'm just thankful to be getting this information. I really am. All right, you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I will be back at my scheduled time, which is 2:30 Pacific. Until next time, bye for now.